The price of Bitcoin is $30,188. It dropped down and down to $30,000 today, starting to bounce back to the upside. I'm currently sat in a car park because I've been at Silverstone all day watching the Formula One, and now it's time, of course, to film a cryptocurrency video here from the comfort of my car. Now, currently, the price of Bitcoin, of course, $30,189, dropped down today, start to bounce back to the upside. What can we expect this weekend? Well, first of all, we need to be checking where that CME gap is sitting right now. And if we wait for this page to load, currently the CME gap is sitting at $30,400. Current price of Bitcoin, just $200 below that level. The odds of a bounce back up tomorrow, pretty significant from my perspective. Solid long position right now, down at $30,000 today. I entered a scalp long position. I'll be closing that fairly soon when we touch the resistance level just here at approximately $30,250 there or thereabouts. I won't be holding out on that particular scalp position for the bounce all the way back up to the $30,400 level, which will be this level right here. However, I also do have currently got an Ethereum long position open as well, and that's because today, when the price of Ethereum dropped to the downside here to around $1,845, I decided to open up a long because of the way that Ethereum has been trading against Bitcoin recently. And if we look at the way that Ethereum has been trading against Bitcoin, it's been horrific, absolutely horrific. Again, even over the past 25 minutes, 35 minutes, something like that, it's been dropping even further to the downside, undoing all of these gains from the past week. And all of these gains that we had the past week, they've all been erased at this point in time. And those erased gains, well, we can expect a significant move back to the upside at some point in time when this trend starts reversing. When will this trend start reversing? Well, your guess is as good as mine at this point. I would have expected Ethereum to really start reversing within the next week or so. If it doesn't start within the next week or so, I don't know when it's going to happen at this point in time. I mean, it's going to happen at some point. It's just more so when. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. When it comes anyway to the price of Ethereum, I am pretty bullish on it. Again, at these levels right here, I'm looking at more so the Ethereum Bitcoin value. I'm looking at how Bitcoin dominance has been performing. You can see here Bitcoin dominance on the 2-hour chart. It's been absolutely slapping for a while now, and it keeps on rising to the upside. But I just don't buy into the fact that this is going to keep rising. I think that we've probably hit a level here, then we're going to start likely falling from that level. If you look at Ethereum on a higher time frame on Ethereum versus Bitcoin right now, I know I've shown it you before and I'll show it you again. The inverse head and shoulders pattern, let's just ignore that for a second. Let's just delete the inverse head and shoulders pattern off of this chart and just assess what we're looking at here. We're looking at a bull flag, but it's just a multi-year bull flag dating back to 2021 when Ethereum's Bitcoin value shot to the upside very significantly, and ever since then we've just been penanting outwards, and it's a very, very significant pennant. If we look at this on the monthly chart and see how high Ethereum is in terms of Bitcoin value to where it's been in the past, and I mean, taking into account even these runs up back in 2017, it's nowhere near those levels. I remember when Ethereum used to be worth 0.1 of a Bitcoin. I think we're going to break back to the upside fairly soon. I believe this is a bull flag. I believe that right now is a good time to be accumulating Ethereum. So for that reason, I keep on buying it. I also keep buying Bitcoin, but I'm buying spot Bitcoin right now. I think there's a lot of things that are interesting that are happening in the crypto space. Another thing that I'm buying right now, of course, a lot of is TAP. Keep buying a bit more TAP. Every single day, buy a bit more TAP. Nail down these walls here. Tiny, tiny walls. Sell side, big buy side walls. A lot of support in the charts. And this is going to run at some point in the next week or so, from my perspective anyway. Other things to discuss today. Of course, I want to discuss today's crypto news, but I forgot at the start of today's video to say, please do drop a like on it. I'd appreciate it. Let's try and get one like. Let's try and get one comment. I'll be happy. Let's just try and get one view, to be honest. Market's a bit quiet at the moment, isn't it? Twitter, bit of a wasteland. Little tumbleweeds floating around everywhere. And then Mark Zuckerberg's going to launch this Threads application. Nobody cares because nobody's using social media at the moment. Everything's quiet. It's all a bit of a wasteland. To say the Bitcoin is $30,000. Do you remember during the bull market when Bitcoin first hit $30,000 how popular Twitter was? It tells you the state of a market. Something that I thought I should really explain on this channel is when you have a market cycle reset, it becomes very clear that the market cycle is reset because nobody's happy about $30,000 Bitcoin right now. I'm happy about $30,000 Bitcoin. It's great. Yeah, fantastic. We're not quite in a bear market anymore. But Nobody is in significant profit. When Bitcoin first rallied up to $30,000, it had been down at $3,000. It was 10 times higher than where the price had bottomed. For Bitcoin to go 10 times higher than where the price bottomed this time around, that'd be $160,000. That'll be the point where we're seeing the same elation in the market that we saw when Bitcoin was last at $30,000 during the course of the previous bull run. Why is it important to bring this up? Because when a market cycle resets, it becomes very obvious, very clear that we're right at the very beginning of this. Why are we right at the very beginning of it? Nobody's happy about $30,000 Bitcoin. You should be, but the odds are people have spent a lot of the money that they made and they're trying to reinvest right now, but they need some of those gains and they want prices to go up because nobody's fully committing, but nobody ever fully commits at the middle of a bear market. So I just think the next bull market that we get is going to be absolutely mega. You're going to see $300,000 Bitcoin. You're going to see probably $20,000, $30,000 Ethereum, and nobody's expecting it. Now is the time. You're looking at these charts right now. Yeah, even if we drop lower, now is still the time. Doesn't matter if we drop lower. We could drop all the way down to $25,000 and I still wouldn't say now is not the time. Absolutely, now is the time. When you're looking at the markets and you're looking at this as a big cup and handle formation on the price of Bitcoin, now is the time that you should be buying the dip as hard as you possibly can, because, I mean, again, just want to point out, not financial advice. This is just what I do for a living. This is what I do for a job. I'm, of course, buying the dip because that's how I make money. But when it comes to what we're doing here on the price, somebody's looking at me right now and thinking, what an absolute moron, filming himself in his car. Or maybe, well, what is he doing in this thing? Why is this child in this car? Either way, I'm not a child. I do want to point out, I am 27 soon. Getting old. Either way, back to the prices. Yeah, Bitcoin's doing this cup and handle thing right now. This is the key level of resistance. When we break this level of resistance, and it will happen at some point in the next couple of months, I think, when we do break that level, I mean, to be honest, in the next couple of weeks, I think the next couple of months is pessimistic, but when we do break that level, $37,000 becomes a target. Once we break $37,000, sky becomes the limit at that point in time. And if you look at it, how Bitcoin has performed, understanding like previous bull markets and the gains that we've experienced from bottom to top, let me just measure the previous bottom to top that we had so that you can fully understand what happened and how long it took. From bottom to top was 1,078 days with a 2,079% gain. I also want to point out, during this period of time, altcoins went up a lot more than 2,000%. That's only a 20x is that. But basically 20 times higher than the price floor. But if we apply the same logic to the next bull market to assess where the price of Bitcoin is going to head, well, for a start off, we need to be reducing the size of the chart right here so we can actually measure this gain correctly. And then from there, we need to be plotting it. You can see here, I'm going to select around the bottom, which is about $16,000. Let's take it from there. And then we go 1,000 days in, which would be to around here. And then with a 2,000% gain, go all the way to the top to around 2,000%. We don't want to get there. There, we're going to get there. 2,078% it was with a 1,000 or something days. There we go. Take these levels here. That would be a price here of $350,000 to $360,000. And that should hit, in theory, in September of 2025. Will it hit? Well, that remains to be seen. But at the same time, stock to flow would suggest that, to be honest, I'd expect that a little bit further this way, but understanding the way that bull markets work, these things take time. Every bull market has generally lasted around 1,000 days, and it generally starts like this. You can see every single previous bull market. If I reset this scale back to auto and we look at how it happens, you have these long downtrends, long periods of consolidation, then tremendous movements. Those tremendous movements do take a while to stimulate. And I think the markets overall, they're looking pretty decent. They're not amazing, like, don't get me wrong, absolutely not amazing. But you're looking at altcoins right now and you're going, will these things ever go back up? Will anybody care ever again? Yes, they will. They will all go back up. And they'll go back up to crazy, crazy levels that you can't even comprehend. I'm going to be talking about that next week on the channel, on the main channel. You need to be watching that main channel next week because we're going to be dropping some absolute fire when it comes to the altcoin gems right now. I've got no idea if I'm focused, by the way. My camera always seems to never focus on this phone for some reason. Either way, we need to drop back in now on today's cryptocurrency news, of which we've got this new token standard will lower Bitcoin ordinals fees by 90%. The BRC69 standard offers high flexibility essentially what we have here is a development in Bitcoin that increases the utility of Bitcoin and turns Bitcoin into more so of an Ethereum type thing. It's pretty cool. And then of course a 24-month or 21-month low on the value of Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. I personally believe that Bored Ape Yacht Club is a load of nonsense. I have no interest in it. As with most NFTs, to be honest, I think they're all mostly nonsense. They don't serve any kind of utility, so it's not like a utility token. Take Tapcoin, for example. What does Tapcoin do? You have 500,000 coins. It dramatically reduces the fees on the application. It gives you access to all kinds of bonus features, things that actually have material value, and that material value then gives value to the token. That's why that token has value. Why does an ape have value? Because you can go to parties sometimes. For people like me that don't go to parties, I mean, there's nothing to celebrate right now. We are still in the middle of a bear market. I saw a quote the other day and I found it to be quite inspirational. It was basically saying that why do people go and party? What's the point in partying? What are you celebrating? Can't quite remember the actual phrase, but there's no point in partying if there is nothing to celebrate. We party in a bull market. Right now, there's no time for partying. Nothing to celebrate right now. Let's celebrate the wins as and when they come. There will be some later this year. You just need to keep watching the channel, slapping likes and all that good stuff. So, in summary of today's video, what can we expect from the price of Bitcoin? Well, throughout the course of the rest of the weekend, we're likely going to go back up to $30,400 on the price of Bitcoin. And if we look at the price of Ethereum right now, well, the price of Ethereum will likely, from my perspective, next week, I think we go up to $2,000. I genuinely do. I think the Ethereum looks pretty decent right now. I mean, you look at the monthly chart right now, it's looking pretty strong on the monthly. We should pop in a little green here on the monthly, and it's just all looking pretty decent out there. I understand a lot of people aren't as bullish as me. You don't have to be. From my perspective, the market looks decent. I think everybody is perma-bearish. Everybody is scarred from a long bear market. And it's been difficult for everybody. But you've also got to make the decision at some point in time that it's time to pile back in. I did that a little bit late in the last bear market. I wasn't fully convinced that the price of Bitcoin was going to go really, really high until Bitcoin crossed $13,000. I actually bought my Lamborghini when Bitcoin was between $6,000 and $8,000 because I thought, you know what, Bitcoin's price has pumped up nearly triple here from the bottom. Let's cash in, buy a solid asset. That was a mistake because the pick of the bore and that Lambo was worth above £1 million. Yeah, so don't get too pessimistic about the markets right now. They will get better. And yeah, just stick around. It's all going to get so much better in the weeks and months to come. But on that note, guys, do drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, turn on channel notifications. If you enjoyed today's video, tell your friends about my channel as well, TMG Trades. You find links and information to Crypto Saving Expert in today's video description, which is my news and education website. If you want to get news and you want some free education as well, and you want to track the prices of all your favorite cryptocurrencies, which you can do on Crypto Saving Expert. If we go over to Crypto Saving Expert right now, you can track all of the prices and stuff of your favorite cryptocurrencies on Crypto Saving Expert. Just check it out. You even got light mode and dark mode up here. If you want light mode, some people prefer light mode, other people prefer dark mode. Go on there, make an account. It's the fastest growing website in crypto right now. You might not believe me, but it is true. It's unbelievable how many people are signing up right now. Like 500 people a day. Crazy. Either way, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe. Goodbye.